everybody, it's Dr. Sandman. I hope that all of you are doing well. So today I have another Oracle first impressions for you, not a tarot this time. And this one was actually given to me by my friend Taya, so thank you, Taya. And it is the Audacity deck. Don't know what she was trying to say by giving me this. It's by the Pine Torch. Interesting, not your average deck. Do you have the Audacity? Well, let's hope that I do. It doesn't look like that many cards, which can be really fun. Okay, so I'm currently editing this video, and so don't mind my makeup. It's all messed up because I'm done with doing stuff for the day. But I was editing this video. I was way too nice. I was way too nice. So keep that in mind throughout the whole video. No. So much love and appreciation to my good friend Taya, who gifted me this deck, and I sincerely do appreciate the gift, and it means a lot to me that you found an Oracle deck and you thought of me, so and thought to get it for me, so that's so sweet and so wonderful. However, this deck, I was way too nice, so when I can't in good conscience put this up on my channel without being so for real. So at the end of this video, when I'm like doing my overall review, I'm gonna tell you my real opinions. Starting off with the backs, let's get started. Ooh, these are fun. They're a little bit wider than your traditional card and a little bit shorter. That's the backs. Are they reversible? Well, in a way they are. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. The Zero of Fucks. Love that. Okay. The Burned Bridge. Oh my god. I wonder if this comes with a guide deck. Does it come with a guide deck? Not in the copy that I have. But it also, so far, looks very... Oh, the Two of D's nuts. Oh my god. It looks very straightforward. That's crazy. Okay. The Lovers. Okay. Interesting. The Coffee. Lovely. And we have Death. So it has some of the traditional tarot archetypes, but not the same number that they normally would be. And we have the Moon. And then Strength, of course. Perseverance. The T. I wonder if the ones that aren't like your typical tarot cards have some kind of influence from the tarot. I don't know, that'd be interesting. Oh, the Last Straw. I don't like that it's Starbucks specifically because we're boycotting Starbucks. Yes, free Palestine. But that is funny. That is really funny. Okay. Also, don't look at my hands. I'm very insecure about my hands. I just cut off all of my nails and I'm very insecure about my hands. My hands don't exist anymore as far as I'm concerned. Then we have the Audacity. What number is that? 11. Interesting. Do you guys like my pin? It's a little phoenix. My friend got it for me. Okay. Okay. What? The breast pump? Okay. This is crazy. The bottle? Oh my god. I know some people who would get that card frequently. The taco. Interesting. I don't know what that means. Like the moon faces. Interesting. They kind of look like taco shells. The cold shoulder. That's fun. The Child. Interesting. What does he have? He's got like some stars on a string and then like a switch. Well, not a switch, but a stick. A branch, perhaps. These cards are slightly glossy. Then we have the mother. All the laundry down at the feet. Which I'm not the biggest fan of glossy cards, but it's not like a intense gloss. The mom boss. Interesting. I don't know. The high priestess. That's fun. The Zoom meeting. Oh god. That's funny. The hermit. Damn. The gardener. Some of these I'm not too much of a fan of because they're so distinctly modern, like the Zoom meeting one. And the gross. The cheese fries. Not a fan. The slice. I don't like food. I'm sorry, I don't like food. That's a weird statement to make. No, I have ARFID, so if you know what that is, you understand. Then we have the Empress. Oh, this is a beautiful Empress card. I like the colors. Again, food. The chicken nugget. What does that mean? Oh, then the sun. This one looks like it means what the sun traditionally means. Yeah. No. The influencer. This is a very Gen Z type oracle. The life of the party. This one's funny. Yeah. This one's really funny. The last hurrah. Damn. Yeah, it's very... the dead end job. This is a very Gen Z oracle. I feel like it was made for Gen Z, so I don't really relate to it that well. And the fiddle leaf fig. Cool. The star. The devil. The fair weather friend. Oh my gosh. Very reminiscent of the Ten of Swords. The last one's the tower. Yeah, it's with people taking selfies on their way down. So, I like this as a novelty deck.
Absolutely not. That is a 100% lie.
I don't know how much... Just let me shuffle. It's a little slippery to shuffle because it does have that slippery quality to it. Or like that glossy quality to it. But it's not awful. I don't know. I don't know how much use I'll actually get out of this. It's very Gen Z. It's very modern in a way that like pigeonholes you in a very specific era of time. It doesn't feel timeless. But it is fun. I do think it's a fun deck.
Nope.
I do think that I'll get use out of it. I just can't say how much I'll get use out of it in comparison to like my other oracles and tarot. What would I rate it out of 10? 4. I'm sorry, maybe 3. Sorry. And that's not a diss to the person who gave it to me, who is a lovely, beautiful, wonderful person, and I love her so much. Thank you so much, Taya, for giving me this.
In reality, I would rate this a 2 out of 10. Upon not that much further investigation into it, 2 out of 10. And I mean that with love and respect.
I might even use some of these as archetype or signifiers for like spell work rather than actually using it for divination.
An absolute lie.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like something that's for me. It's not... It doesn't feel like something that I resonate with. Some of the cards I do.
An absolute lie.
But as a complete deck, I don't know.
Okay, my actual final thoughts without sugarcoating it. I hate this deck. I think it's awful. I don't think that Taya knew the contents of it. I think she just saw the Audacity deck and she thought that was funny, and it's an Oracle deck, and that's kind of my gig is a divination deck, so she got it for me. I don't think she knew what the cards were, but regardless, thank you, Taya. I hate this deck. Everything about it. I don't know who this deck is for, is the thing. I think that maybe this was like start off as a couple of the cards being like a joke, like just being like a one-off design for like a poster or like a art print or something like that, because it's obviously in the style of a tarot card, but it's not a tarot card. It's obviously meant to be like a novelty or a joke, and then maybe someone convinced this person to make a whole deck. I don't think there's a very strong possibility that this was never intended to be a functional divination tool, and I think that's why, if that's true, that's probably why I don't like it at all. I hate the color palette. It's so dull and washed out, kind of pastel, very neutral. Don't like that. Don't like that. The archetypes are non-intuitive. The symbols are whack. There's only a few that actually you could ascertain a real message on. Which one was it? I think it was the influencer. That one actually had an interesting critique on it, but I don't, in the deck's entirety, it doesn't hit. It doesn't have like have a profound meaning. But that card, it's a skeleton with a rack full of skin suits in the back, which I think on its own is an interesting critique. But it's, for divination purposes, it's like, I stand by what I said. It feels like a very Gen Z deck, so I don't really identify with it. I don't resonate with it in any way. It feels like it was made for the most basic of basic straight white woman who is of Gen Z and who is also a mom. There were a lot of cards that were strictly about motherhood, or about an aspect of motherhood. The breast pump, the mother, the child, the bottle, the Empress card had a woman breastfeeding. I feel like it was made for a Gen Z straight white mother, and who is very basic, jokes about how they love food more than anything else, and it's like fries before guys, like that kind of woman, and that's not a diss on that person. If this is you watching this, if I just described you, that's not a diss on you. This deck is for you, and that's not who I am, which is fine. Another critique that I have, and I think I vaguely touched on this in the video, is that it marks itself at a very specific point in time and is only relevant within that point in time. It feels like a deck that is only relevant to a person living in 2020 to 2023, maybe. Whereas there are other decks that are based off of very specific points in time, like a medieval deck or even like a 1970s style deck, that can be relevant and very useful for decades, centuries after its production. This deck does not feel that way. It feels like it was born and died in 2020 to 2023. Like, that is when it was of use, and it is no longer. That's how I feel. I there's probably a better way to say that makes a little bit more sense, but that's the only way I could think to articulate that thought. Even the artist's illustration style is I really don't like it. It's not that it's bad, it's just a very specific style that I don't like. It's like a like what people used to draw on Instagram and Tumblr, like 10 years ago, even the tattoos. The way that they draw tattoos is a tattoo style that I have only ever seen in drawings. I've never seen a human being, a living person, with that kind of tattoos. Those are tattoos that only exist on drawings of people and not on actual people. And it's a very specific style of art that like originated and took off on the internet, and I don't like it. But the longer I looked at the deck after having filmed this video, the angrier I got because just the more I looked at it, the more I was like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like anything about it, really. I said throughout the video, oh, I like that. That's interesting. I was being so nice because it was a gift. And I have to be honest, I don't like this deck at all. There's nothing about it that I like. I don't see myself really using it. It's not for me. Love and respect.
But thank you so much, Taya, for giving me this. That was so sweet and kind and lovely. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment if you'd like. Subscribe for more videos. And I have a whole playlist on my channel of different Oracle, Tarot, and Letterman related videos in case you want to watch those. So thanks for watching. Bye.